So we were studying about respiration and two type of organisms are present. So right now I'm writing here whatever you eat. Okay, the food whatever you eat. I told you that whatever food you eat, whatever food you eat, food is converted. Okay, whatever food you eat, either you eat fat, either you eat protein. Okay, so I'm continuing. Okay, two types of respiration: aerobic, oxygen based, and anaerobic, when no oxygen needed. So in our case, in humans, we are aerobic. Okay, so whatever food you eat, fat, protein, carbohydrates, okay, and starch, whatever you eat, okay, we know that the basic component of these type of food is glucose. We know that they originated from glucose. Okay, so whatever you eat, okay, basically it is originated from glucose, and right now that's why I'm taking the example of glucose. So remember that all of them are having a basic formula CHO. Okay, as glucose is having C6H12O6, so all of them are having CHO and some other elements, okay, with different type of valencies, okay, like C6H12O6 is the perfect thing for glucose, but all of them are having CHO. Some of them are having CHO plus nitrogen and CHO plus phosphorus and CHO plus sulfur and the different atomic numbers, but the basic formula is same. Okay, so that's why I'm using the, because the basic derivative is glucose, all of them are derived from glucose, so I'm using the example of glucose. Okay, so I'm using the glucose as food material. Okay, I'm using the glucose as food material. The chemical formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Okay, now you have taken oxygen inside. Okay, now what happens in the first step, that this glucose is C6H12O6, and as soon as it get oxidized, what I'm doing, oxidizing it. Whenever you take oxygen inside, the oxygen used to oxidize your food. Okay, this all type of food, but I'm taking example of glucose. Okay, the basic molecule is glucose, CHO. Okay, so the formula of glucose is C6H12O6. So in this process, this oxygen, when we take oxygen inside, the glucose is broken down. Okay, and this reaction takes place inside our cytoplasm. You know what is cytoplasm? There are two things. Okay, this is our cell, this is our nucleus, and all of the remaining part is known as cytoplasm. Okay, so this reaction is taking place inside cytoplasm. So this reaction is taking place inside cytoplasm, and what happens, this oxygen breaks down this glucose into two molecules. Okay, so this glucose is 6 carbon molecule. Okay, why I'm focusing on carbon, you will know this on your in your fourth chapter, that why there is so much importance of carbon. Despite of using hydrogen, it is having 12 number, I'm using carbon. Okay, carbon is a most important thing in our body. So each and every time when you denote something, you have to use carbon. So it is taking place in in cytoplasm, and this oxygen breaks down this glucose in, and glucose is having 6 carbon. So this oxygen breaks down glucose into two molecules of 3 carbon. Okay, 6 by 2 is equals to 3. Okay, so it is breaking down this glucose molecule into one glucose molecule into two molecules. Okay, so these molecules are known as 2 pyruvate. Glucose is the original chemical name. Okay, glucose is the chemical name. Okay, so 2 pyruvate, one glucose molecule is broken down into 2 pyruvate molecule, and these 2 pyruvate molecules are definitely 3 molecule. Okay, one pyruvate molecule of 3 carbon and another pyruvate molecule of 3 carbon. So what is the total number? The total number is 6. Okay, so this oxygen breaks down this. Okay, and there is equal carbon number. Okay, this is broken down into these 3 carbon molecule, and they are named as pyruvate. 2 molecules of pyruvate are formed. Okay, 2 molecules of pyruvate are formed by 1 molecule of glucose. Okay, now C3. Okay, H4 and O3 is the formula, okay, of pyruvate. So two molecules are formed, one molecule of pyruvate and one molecule of pyruvate. Okay, you don't need to learn this formula exactly. Please don't learn the formula of pyruvate. Okay, and also it will release some energy. So first of all, this energy is this, okay, and I'm utilizing this, I'm using this energy. Okay, this happens in all of the organism present on this earth. Okay, this respiration process present in all of the organism, all of them will produce pyruvate from glucose. Remember that all of them will produce this. Okay, and don't use oxygen here. Okay, so all of the organism are using this. Okay, and glucose molecule is broken down into pyruvate molecule. Now the exact role of oxygen come. Okay, now there will be the exact rule of oxygen. What happens that there are so many type of organisms, some are aerobic and some are anaerobic. Okay, so what happens exactly that in yeast, okay, yeast is a type of fungi. What is yeast? Yeast is a type of fungi. So yeast never breathe. Okay, yeast never breathe. Yeast never take oxygen inside, so it is anaerobic. Okay, anaerobic type of process. So the formation of pyruvate, don't forget, the formation of pyruvate is a universal thing. Each and every organism, either it is this organism is aerobic or this organism is anaerobic, each and every type of organism which is present on this earth, okay, and if it takes food from outside, okay, each and every type of organism produces pyruvate. Don't forget this, that this pyruvate is produced by each and every type of organism: bacteria, human, plant, algae, fungi, cat, dog, mouse, everyone produces this pyruvate. So this is the product, okay, first product. Okay, now the pyruvate is utilized by each and every organism. So it is the number of yeast, but we are going to learn about yeast, and it is anaerobic. Okay, and it doesn't take oxygen from outside, but it can utilize pyruvate. So this yeast will, how it will use this pyruvate, so this yeast will break down this pyruvate further. Okay, and there is no oxygen at all. Okay, there is no use of oxygen at all, and by this pyruvate, this is the chemical formula of pyruvate, it will produce lactic acid, it will produce lactic sorry, not lactic acid, it will produce ethanol. Okay, it will produce carbon dioxide. Okay, and it will produce energy. Okay, so it is three, okay, two molecules of pyruvate and one molecule is made up of three carbon. Okay, so two carbons are used in ethanol because it is two carbon molecule, and one atom of carbon is used here. Okay, so total there are three uh, molecules of pyruvate is utilized. Okay, so ethanol, what is ethanol? Do you know what is ethanol? Ethanol is alcohol. Ethanol is alcohol. Okay, alcohol. So if this is a flask and I use any type of sugar which is glucose, and if I put any yeast, okay, I told you the photo of yeast on yesterday, I told you how yeast you looks like. Okay, if you remember this, uh, I think it is lost somewhere, otherwise I draw this. So it will produce without oxygen. Okay, just cover this and remove all the oxygen, so it will produce alcohol. Okay, and this is how alcohol is produced. Okay, second thing, it produce alcohol or ethanol. Okay, and second, it will produce carbon dioxide, and first of all, and last but not the least, energy. So what is the energy? This process, okay, the breaking down of glucose into pyruvate. Okay, and same time the conversion of pyruvate by using not oxygen into ethanol and carbon dioxide and energy, all is the process, all these type of process is taking place only to get some energy. Okay, no organism does this type of process of respiration, like the breaking down of pyruvate and the formation of these type of substances. Not a single organism does this to get ethanol or to get carbon dioxide or to make pyruvate. Okay, these are just some products which are formed in this process. The main thing why each and every organism is doing this respiration process is to get this energy. Okay, this energy is the most essential thing. Because each and every wants to get energy, that's why each and everyone is going for the process of respiration. So we think that some people think that ethanol or alcohol is produced. Okay, ethanol, you know what is alcohol. Okay, people drink this alcohol and after that they will go out from this world. Okay, and they start doing some unnatural things. Okay, they are drunken. Okay, so alcohol is something which is known as drink. Okay, so generally it is made by using the same process by using the yeast. Okay, but the main purpose of yeast is to make energy for itself. For yeast, it has nothing to do with ethanol and CO2 and pyruvate. So yeast never do this type of process to make ethanol for us or to make ethanol for humans or to make carbon dioxide. It just do this to make energy. Okay, so remember one thing, that each and every type of organism which is present on this planet is doing the respiration process, is not doing to give you anything. It is just doing this to get energy for itself. Okay, the next step, the next organism is uh, our muscles. Okay, our muscles. Okay, and our muscles also break down this pyruvate, because this is a very common process which is present in all organisms. Our muscles, okay, human muscles. Okay, and it form lactic acid. Okay, and it forms energy. Okay, and lactic acid is again 3 carbon molecule. So what is this lactic acid? Have you heard sometime that this process is taking in without oxygen? Okay, less, I'm not writing that no oxygen, I'm writing very less oxygen. Less. Okay, very less oxygen. Remember sometimes that sometimes you work so hard. Okay, sometimes you work so hard, and in this working hard, okay, like you are running or you have done so much stuff. Okay, you have worked a day long, and you breathe very less. Sometimes you run very fast and you breathe very less, and sometimes you work very hard and you breathe very less. So I'm not telling you very no oxygen, I'm telling you just very less oxygen. Okay, and you work hard, you are working continuously, and after some time you will feel a pain in your body, and you will feel a cramp. You will feel that I'm having something, no, I'm not feeling well, I having some pain, cramps in my body. Okay, I can't stand, I want to lay down, or I want some massage. Okay, so what is the meaning of this thing? Okay, this type of respiration takes place in our muscles. Okay, so as you work so much by your muscle, you use your muscle to work hard, and that time you will having less oxygen same time. Okay, so if there is less oxygen, definitely you will have to work, you need to work. Okay, so you breathe less and you work more. Okay, so in this type of work, in each and every type of situation, our body needs to develop energy. If you are running very fastly, you need to develop energy, but same time you are working much hard and you are getting less amount of oxygen. Okay, in muscles, this happens only in muscles. Okay, so what happens exactly? Your body produce energy, definitely, because all of the stuff of respiration is taking place only to achieve energy, only to get energy. So your body is working much harder to get energy, and same time, if you are working with less oxygen, not with abundant amount of oxygen, you know, generally how do you feel after a long run? If you have run from your school, from start from your school and end to your home with a full bag. Okay, you will faint, you will feel, oh, I need to breathe, because you feel something like how to take breathe inside. Okay, you don't feel good. Okay, because at that time there is a less oxygen, you work hard and you getting less oxygen. Okay, so at that time, if there is less oxygen, your muscles produce these two things in respiration. Your muscles goes under respiration. Okay, this is not respiration which is natural respiration, which is, this is very unnatural type of respiration which occurs when you are having less amount of oxygen. So at that particular time, when you work hard and you get very less amount of oxygen, definitely you get oxygen from your nostrils, but your work is very much high at this time. So it will produce two things, lactic acid and energy. So one purpose is solved. I told you that each and every organism of this world is doing respiration to get energy. No one is doing respiration to produce lactic acid or to alcohol. The main purpose is to produce energy. So main purpose is solved and energy is produced. That's why you can work. Okay. But the lactic acid, this is the same lactic acid which is produced by some bacteria. Okay, so the lactic acid from those bacteria and the lactic acid from humans are same. Okay, so these lactic acids are produced inside our muscles, and as you know that acids are not good for us. We studied in the chapter acid, base and salt. So it can give us pain and cramps, and it can, you know, you will feel fatigue. Oh, I'm having pain today, I work so much. Okay, so this is the reason that all of the organisms are doing respiration only to get energy. See the common ingredient, that is energy. You can see the common ingredient, that is energy. So all of us are doing these thing. Okay, the yeast is doing this thing to produce energy, and we are doing this to produce energy. But this is the not this is not normal respiration. At this time you are having very less oxygen, but though you are having less oxygen or you are having high oxygen, your body needs to work. So if you are having very less amount of oxygen, your body will follow some another pathway. It will form the lactic acid, which is a very normal thing. Okay, normal things mean it is not something very special. The specialty lies in energy production. So energy is produced, but same time the lactic acid is produced, and it will gives you cramp, and it will gives you pain. So sometimes we think that why I'm having pain so much. So whenever you work so much hard and you are having less amount of oxygen, remember, then you have worked so much hard for a longer time, and same time if you are having less amount of oxygen, so your body will change the mode of respiration, the mode of energy production will be changed. So one purpose should be solved, and it should be solved, and it need to be solved, that is the production of energy. And the second purpose, it doesn't matters with anything that what is another type of production, that is nothing to, there is no matter that what is another thing is producing. Okay, the main thing is the production of energy. So your body is following another path, and same time it just produce lactic acid in less amount of oxygen. This is not the normal process. What I told you, there is no release of carbon dioxide as you were expecting. Okay, that carbon dioxide should release in the process of respiration, but this is the normal process. Okay, when there is full oxygen, but this process is not normal, and there is no oxygen or less oxygen at all, and it will produce lactic acid and energy. Okay, so I'm finishing my topic here, and next is your math class, and we will have same schedule on Saturday. Okay, tomorrow is Friday and we will have no class.